Okay, so welcome to Mulberry Cottages' second webinar, this one on pets. And I'm excited to talk about this. My name is Mark. I work in the Winchester office. I'm the head of the Winchester office, and I work in business development for Mulberry Cottages, and I'm the owner services manager for the region. More appropriately for this talk, a big advocate of all things pets. I love animals in general, bit of an amateur wildlife photographer, and love dogs as well, or including dogs. So what we're going to do today is just talk about all things pets, so all the four-legged friends that we've all got or haven't got, but we know that a lot of our guests like them. And this is an opportunity to go through the advantages and drawbacks of being a pet-friendly owner, look at some interesting stats and trends regarding pets and regarding being pet owners. And we'll also look at Mulberry Cottages and how we promote our pet-friendly properties. And lastly, we'll be taking a look at how we feel owners can go the extra mile when it comes to being pet friendly. So what other things you can do to your property. So just to jump straight in, the first thing we're going to look at is pet friendly versus pet free. So whether to accept pets, it is a bit of a debated topic among owners, and I'm sure some of you in this group today might be in the sort of crowd that are sort of thinking about it but haven't jumped into being pet friendly yet. And one of the big draws that you've probably all heard about is the huge additional guest market that it opens up for you, particularly now as we sort of approach the sort of lower seasons for holiday letting. And just to go straight in with a few stats for you, over 55% of our properties are pet friendly, and over 27% of all bookings include at least one pet going on holiday as well. And we'll look at the statistics in a bit more detail a bit later on. And obviously for owners, that represents a significant revenue source for them. And we see this as a continuing and growing demand. And as I say, we'll look at that in a bit more detail later on. Just to give you an example of that growth, there's been a 14% increase in the number of pet-friendly searches during August 2018 compared to 2017. So a statistic that might be surprising and probably a little bit funny for everybody here is that pet-friendly searching is 9 times more popular than searching for child-friendly, which probably says quite a bit about the nature of why people want to go on holiday in the first place. So let's have a little look at what pet friendly means. One question we get quite a lot is whether pets simply refers to dogs. It's worth bearing in mind that we have actually had a few occasions where other pets are brought along. We've had guinea pigs, cats, and even a parrot, which is, I think someone mentioned having a cat or wanting to take a cat in the chat. So it's not unheard of, but in the vast majority of bookings, as you'd expect, guests are looking to bring their beloved pooch. And we can manage a property to accept one type of animal versus another animal. And obviously we would love to hear about any interesting and remarkable experiences with interesting or diverse pets being brought along. And thanks for Carla for sharing about you having a cat come to stay. I'd be interested to hear a full story on that. So let's just take a little look at the advantages of being pet friendly. If you are a dog owner yourself, then you'll probably know that our furry friends are much loved members of the family, and they're well looked after and well groomed. You may already holiday with your animal yourself, and of course that would mean that you'd be likely to offer your guests the opportunity to do so as well, or more likely to offer that. Many of the properties are in rural locations, often with the inviting log burners, open fires, and it's a big draw for pet owners. If this sounds like your property, then allowing pets should certainly be a consideration. Mulberry owners receive an additional £20 per pet per stay. and we can restrict the number of pets to 1 or 2 only if you wish. So we're fully flexible in that regard. And our booking conditions state that pets are not allowed on furniture or to be left unattended in the property. And we also take a security deposit for all of our 3+ bed properties. So you get time after the booking to claim if there's been any excess damages. But obviously, with the numbers that we're talking about, 55%, yeah, there wouldn't be that many pet properties if damages and problems were major. So it tends to be a very minor consideration for people. The big advantage at the end of the day is it all comes down to numbers. The biggest argument really is that around a quarter of our guests are looking for pet-friendly properties. And we'll look at some more stats later on. And bringing a pet is a key reason that people look for a holiday in the UK. So being pet-friendly overall is a very serious business opportunity to increase bookings and stand out from others in the market who may not be offering that. Let's just take a look at some of the drawbacks, because obviously it wouldn't be a debated topic if there weren't some drawbacks. So firstly, there are sort of property reasons. Some people have a farm, the holiday cottage is on a farm with livestock next door, or on the doorstep of a beach, which doesn't allow dogs at certain times of year. And so there are sort of property considerations there. There are also obviously the health reasons for not being able to accept pets. Some people are allergic to the hair, and so obviously that's a consideration. And one of the arguments that we hear quite a bit from owners who don't accept pets is they want their pets, they want their homes to be pet-free for guests who are looking for pet-free opportunities. And we do now have a new searchable feature on our website. You can now filter by pet-free properties. And it remains to be seen whether or not there'll be as much requirement for that as there will be for pet-friendly. But certainly at the moment, from our statistics that we have, supply and demand at the moment suggests to us that it's unlikely to generate the same number of bookings pet-free versus pet-friendly. So just to quickly summarize the pros and cons, generally there isn't really a right or wrong answer to the question. We certainly, at Mulberry, we understand that you as owners need to feel comfortable with how your property is being used. And Mulberry are very flexible with all their owners, so we can take any considerations into account. But as a business venture and a source of income, if that's the main motivation for your property, then it is important to bear in mind that allowing pets does bring it with the opportunity to open up an additional market, and that market is growing and we see no reason why it won't continue to grow in the UK. So what we're going to do now is just look at some statistics, so some facts and stats for you. There are an estimated 8.5 million dogs in the UK, with 45% of households owning a dog. So quite a significant number of dogs there in the UK. And we find from our research that a lot of pet owners find it difficult to go abroad. They want to travel with their pet, but it's an inconvenience. And they find that they have to leave them at home. And then obviously there are significant fees for kennels. If you compare, Mulberry charge £20 per pet to a guest per week, and kennels charge an average of £18 per day. So the cost of taking a dog to one of our holiday cottages works out about 7 times cheaper than kennels. A third of the population currently take their pet on holiday with them. And as we say, there's a growing demand for that year on year. And from that, it looks like a lot of dogs are looking for holidays as well. And generally, all of the statistics together make staying in the UK a very pet-friendly opportunity for people, and it's an attractive proposition for holidaymakers. Let's just continue with a few more facts and stats for you. This really looks at the growth as we've seen from searches. This is some more sort of marketing information. we've witnessed firsthand a growing demand, with 27% of all Mulberry bookings including at least one pet. There were 189,000 pet-friendly searches in 2017, which far and away made pet-friendly the most popular feature of the year in 2017. And this trend has continued through to this year as well, to 2018, with pet-friendly still being the top used searchable feature year to date. We have a dedicated pet inspiration page on our website, which is extremely popular, with over 33,000 views in 2017. And to sort of tell you a little bit about the growth of that demand, already this year we have received 30,000 views year to date, making an average of 3,750 views a month of that page. And so overall, if you allow pets for your property, your holiday house appears 31% in more user searches on our website. We're just going to dive a little bit more now into some of the ways that Mulberry market dog-friendly properties. And so you can see for yourself the sort of work that we do. This year, one of our big marketing objectives has been to become sort of the go-to space for pet-friendly self-catering holiday houses in England. We have a fantastic offering, with over half of our houses being pet-friendly, as I mentioned before, and it makes up a large percentage of the overall bookings because pet-friendly is a highly searched term, as I mentioned before. And to do this with our marketing, we deliver a multi-layered integrated campaign, which has lots of longevity. And this helps us reach a wider dog-owning audience and engage better with them and convert more bookings. One of the things we've done recently is team up with Charlie Chow, who are a company who make luxurious dog bedding and accessories. You may have heard of them. And we've done this to help communicate our interest and passion for being very pet-friendly, not only to our audience, but to reach out to their audience and their platform as well. And you'll be able to see some of the photo shoots now. This involved a selection of dog-related activities as a marketing project, and these were spread out over 4 months. And the first of these was an activity which involved inviting Charlie Chow to one of our properties for a product shoot for their autumn range, and having organized their own photographer to fly in from America for that. So it was a really big deal for them. And they shot a number of amazing dog pictures, which you can take a look at on their website. We actually, at Mulberry with Charlie Chow, we got our own pets involved as well. So we were inspired by their photo shoot and we did our own doggy photo shoot. And as a result of that, we've created our own marketing assets, which we've used to support the brand's goals in being personal and genuinely pet friendly. And you can see from this picture, there's some staff members, and the second lady from the left there is the owner of Mulberry Cottages. That's Sarah Wood. You may recognize her from some of the other materials. This has been used on social media and in PR for the National Dog Day on the 26th of August. We also used it on an owner newsletter and consumer newsletter, so you may have seen that on the owner newsletter. It's featured on articles in our pet page and for something that we've called the Instagram Doggy Takeover. So if you're not on Instagram, you can pop over there and take a look at, which is on @MulberryCots. We're also running a competition. We ran a competition to win a stay at one of our dog-friendly holiday houses by submitting a photo of your dog on their best day out. In exchange for the prize stay, we expanded our brand awareness to Charlie Chow's audience as well. And we had over 400 people enter the competition. And there was lots of engagement on Charlie Chow's social media posts, advertising the competition themselves, and with some posts gaining over 100 likes. So it was really quite an excellent platform for us and a good campaign. So what is the Charlie Chow offer? Well, as being pet friendly is such a great point of interest as we move out of the high season period, we're offering a free Charlie Chow blanket. You may have seen this. If you go straight onto the website, you'll see a pop-up that comes up to mention this. And this offers to customers who are booking pet friendly in September. And this offer scaled with the cost of the booking as well to encourage more expensive bookings, longer stays, and bigger properties. So I think it was, if you booked a more expensive stay, you got a more luxurious pet blanket versus a more of a sort of budget-friendly one. And we launched that at the beginning of September, not only informing our guests via our social media channels, but also on the homepage of our website, which you may have already seen. And we've already had many take-ups using the code FREEBLANKET. Mulberry will continue to develop our pet-friendly status into 2019. We've got lots of plans for that. We're looking to push our pet-friendly properties even further. We'll be introducing soon, as you can see from this logo on the slide, our super pet-friendly collection, which will come with this gold logo, and it offers our pet-friendly properties exclusive content, which will come to the attention of customers browsing the site. And this was a decision we made at the beginning of the year as part of a pet-friendly survey we did, which we sent out to our pet-friendly properties. And the survey came back with lots of sort of useful information. The survey helped us gather the latest and deepest sets of facts, basically, and we've used that information to guide us in what guests are looking for and what properties that are looking to be super pet-friendly should do. And so we've sort of compiled a little list here of things that guests are looking for and owners can do to their property. So the survey sort of asked questions such as how many pets were allowed, whether their garden was enclosed, if there were any dog walking routes nearby, and asking what they did that went above and beyond and was special and extra for pets. And as you can see from the stats in the bubbles on the page here, a number of our properties do offer special extras. So 82% provide dog bowls, 34% provide a dog bed, 79% have an enclosed garden, and 69% of owners have specific pet rules for the pets. And to qualify to be part of the super pet friendly collection, which I'm sure more information will be available soon, properties will have to meet a number of those criteria, offering some of these requirements, including the enclosed garden, the welcome basket, dog bed, and specific pet rules. And there'll be more information on that soon. So if you're an owner that is already pet friendly, or an owner who is looking to become pet friendly but still unsure how to approach it, please get in touch with us. If you're thinking about what can I do to become super pet friendly or to encourage as much as possible so that you can get some of that extra material on your webpage on mulberrycottages.com. Or if you're still a bit unsure and would like to have a chat with us about the stats, I think I've seen some questions here in the chat. I'm sure we'll be able to come back to you with that information. And we'll be happy to help you out with any information and any further queries you might have.